Recording. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is Michael Miner's first time ever doing, because I've seen CM Pulse do the WWE and TNA review. I'm gonna do Ring of Honor. What great matches we had tonight. We had Adam Cole against Thomas, I can't remember what his name is, in a Survivor of the Fittest tournament that they had going on for this weekend, and for weeks to come until because the winner of the Survivor of the Fittest gets a title shot on demand against Kevin Steen for the Ring of Honor World Title. So we had, some of the great match. I mean, Adam Cole and Thomas, man, this kid had power. I mean, he could be the new face of Ring of Honor. So then we get into the second match. It was supposed to be Fusion 3S, or 3D, I think it was 3DS. And it was supposed to be against World's Greatest Tag Team, Shelton Benjamin and Charlie Haas. But Red Titus comes out and says, you guys, he respects the tag team, so he thought, hey, you guys leave, because got unfinished business. So he comes out and says, you know what, I want a match with you two. I don't care if it's handicap, I don't care what it is. So Charlie Haas takes the camera and says, okay, you know what, go get Jim Cornette and tell him to book the match. So the guy, the ring announcer, comes up and says, well, the match is on. But Charlie Haas said, we're not going to face you because we've beaten you in singles, we beat you in tag team, you don't have a partner no more. So out comes BJ Whippick, whoever his name is. That he was a former Ring of Honor World Champion. Some of these people I'm trying to get used to know of. And they had one great match. I mean, and then after that, after the match was over, World's Greatest Tag Team hit him from behind, and and then Charlie Haas spit on him. So then we get into my favorite part of the show, the interview between Kevin Steen and Michael Algun, because Michael Algun and Kevin Steen will face October 13th at Glory by Honor 11. And, they had back and forth conversation. Kevin Steen says, you know what, you took the spotlight from me and you were the poster boy of the Ring of Honor. So he said, you know what, at Toronto, I'm going to take your life and I'm going to take everything you had. But Michael Elgin said, well, you know what, actions speak louder than words. So he goes and, goes and hits everybody, hits Kevin Steen, and he goes for Steve Corino, then he goes for Jimmy Jacobs. Then Kevin Steen hit him with the World Heavyweight titles, so, and then, is a 3-on-1 attack, and, came Roderick Strong, and Truth Martini tries to make sure he doesn't get in. So here comes Rhino and this mysterious team called the Mask of Truth, or whatever the hell you call them, part of the House of Truth. And then we get into the main event for the World Tag Team titles. Chris Copeman and I can't remember Chris Burner, I can't remember sometimes I can forget names of what they are, facing the team of Jimmy Jacobs and Steve Corino, known as Scum. I mean, Caprice Coleman had everything. They had the whole match all ready to go. Then all of a sudden, Steve Corino goes and hits the other C&C group, they go and hit him with a thing of roll of quarters. Now, how in the world would you get a roll of quarters to do that? So they get into, they hit him with the stuff, and then out came Michael Elgin, beating him up and everything. So we're getting ready for Glory by Honor. It's in next weekend, next Saturday. Not have to worry about it because I'll be watching it next Monday or next, I think, Thursday or Friday when it comes out on Pirate Bay. And next week we've got some really good matches. We've got 2 more Survivor of the Fittest. We've got Jay Lethal against the Sicilian psychopath Tommaso Ciampa with that lawyer, and that guy don't need to be around him because Tommaso Ciampa needs to be by himself. He doesn't need for this. He don't need money. He don't need that idiotic dude, whatever he's called. He needs to be him. He needs to be the Sicilian psychopath. I mean, Tommaso Ciampa is the greatest. And the next match is between Mike Monto, and that was at Glory by Honor. I think next week will be Davey Richards, the American Wolf, returns after him leaving for a while, to get everything caught up, to go on a spiritual journey. And he said he came back at Death Before Dishonor, State of Emergency. Now they're starting to do names now. They had Best of the World, Hostage Crisis, then they had Death Before Dishonor, State of Emergency. Now they have Glory by Honor 11, The Unbreakable Hope. And so they got some good matches, and then at the main event, it's Red Titus against Kevin Steen for the Ring of Honor World Title. So that's pretty much it for Ring of Honor. I've been thinking of doing this kind of stuff. This is my first premiere. This is my first review of Ring of Honor for this week. October 6th was supposed to be 6th and 7th because due to football games and baseball, and they gotta ruin my show because my shows are on from 11:30 to 12:30. So they go and ruin it. I don't like having football on my wrestling night, because I stay up till like 12:30 and then go to bed. So I want to thank you for this, and I want you guys, leave a comment, leave a rate, and tell me how good I was, and tell me, show me what kind of things you guys want me to do with this, because this year, before the end of this year, so-called end of the world, I want to start doing the reviews for Ring of Honor, and first time ever I'm going to do about Prime Wrestling, because Prime Wrestling is a wrestling organization out of Ohio, Cleveland, Ohio. It's a really awesome organization. They got a website called PrimeWrestling.com. Check it out. I mean, they got a big match coming up this Sunday. We've got you got the tag team titles, and you got the big one I want to see is the Prime Championship match between the whole shebang, Johnny Gargano against Rhino. That is going to be the biggest match after Rhino beating the 4-0 Jason Bane at Resolution 5. I mean, Resolution 5 was like the culmination of WrestleMania versus Bound for Glory, Bound for Glory, and that they've always have, once in a while they'll have, like, I don't know, you can have last year they had Raven. This year they had what's his name? Yeah, they had Rhino and Petey Williams. So I want to thank you for watching this. I'm going to upload this tonight before I head for the sack. So thank you very much. This is Michael Miner, and I want to say thank you, and see Impulse 3, and please go to matchapalooza.com. I'm going to put the website at the bottom after the show over. Please, if you guys are wrestling fans, I mean, go and support this website. CM Pulse 3 is the greatest guy ever. He made this website for wrestling fans, you know, for independent wrestling companies, like they've been doing for stuff for the WWE and TNA. To me, I want to start doing stuff for there's other independent wrestling organizations starting up that I've known now so far. I've known now that there's Extreme Reunion. I mean, Shane Douglas bringing back the greatest company in the 90s, ECW pack. No, it's called Extreme Reunion. Now they're going to have some title tournament for to determine who's going to be the Extreme Reunion World Champion. Or other organizations I can mention, IZW, Impact Zone Wrestling. There's Pro Wrestling Guerrilla. There's they did a Combat Zone Wrestling. That's most of an extreme. Now Tommy Dreamer is doing an organization called the House of Hardcore, bringing back, you know, stars like Carlito, Winters. They're saying they're bringing former WWE and former ECW. You know, the Sandman's going to be there. Chris Masters for $500 Master Lock Challenge. If I were there in New York, I would do that. I would win $500. It'd be so awesome. You know, and I'm also getting into Prime Wrestling. It used to be called Pro Wrestling Ohio, but it was changed to Prime Wrestling due because of Marion Fontana or Marion Fontaine. Because you're going to be listening more Prime Wrestling. Prime Wrestling, I've started to watch it back in, I think it was 2002 when they did a first show, and I sat there, I'm going, what is this? What's this organization? What's this Pro Wrestling Ohio? What's this company like? And when I first watched my first episode, going, wow. And then Resolution 4 came around, and that's when as you can see, hold on a sec, I'm going to bring some stuff. Hello. All these tapes that I have right here, I've recorded, I've started recording season. Okay, I'm about to knock things over. I've recorded Pro Wrestling Ohio season 5. There's from season 4 from Pressure Rising. I was a big Pro Wrestling Ohio fan, and I started to record everything, and now they're starting to do them on YouTube. So I've been stopping this stuff and starting downloading them. So I want to thank you for watching my review of Ring of Honor, and I thought I'd mention some other shows that I might start doing. So I want to thank you. This is Michael Miner. Please subscribe to my channel, Michael Miner. I don't know if The Miz is awesome 25 is gone or what. So I want to thank you, and peace, and please go to the website, and I'm going to put on after this video. Please sign up. Impulse 3, Everybody else, Michael Miner, peace.